This week's guest is our beloved partner, Planet Comics. Half the proceeds today, aka 50%, from the Zenescope fans and buyers will go directly to Planet Comics. For any comic book retailers looking to be featured on an upcoming retailer live stream, please contact our incredible sales rep, who I know you guys all know, Jason Candelas at jcandelas@zenescope.com, which we always pop up there. For any inquiries about Zenescope Diamond Retailer Program, please contact Jen at jbermel@zenescope.com. So today we will be having special guest Jay on in just a brief moment. But I know that you guys are super, super excited to hang out with us today for our retailer live stream. And I know that you'll be really, really good to Planet Comics in South Carolina. Wish we were there if it's warm. I don't know if it will be. So without further ado, I am going to bring on Jay.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on. And let me assure you, it is plenty warm around here right now.
Is it?
A little bit too warm for me for October. Yeah.
How warm?
That's upstate weather. What is it, like easily 70s, like 76, 77? Not bad, but like, by this time of year, I'm looking to get bundled up in a sweater.
No. At where we are, it is so cold. Like, it is like 30 degrees cold.
Oh, geez.
I hate this.
Opposite ends of the spectrum there.
I hate this for us. So, give us a little bit of the backstory of Planet Comics and Games.
So I am the sort of digital media coordinator here at Planet Comics. I got this job only about a year ago, but I've been coming into the shop to shop ever since I was in high school. I believe the owner, Mike, bought the location out from one of the largest sort of like comic chains in the area at the time in 1995, which would make this one of the longest continually running comic shops in the upstate South Carolina. So that's pretty cool. One of the managers that I met back in the day when I was a teenager coming here learning to play Vampire the Masquerade, because I was that kid, actually still works here. She got me the job. It's been really great. I came on because, in the past year, we've been, getting less foot traffic because, as if it needs to be said, gestures broadly at 2020. And I've been doing sort of Facebook Lives very similar to what you do, where we do online sales, where we every week, every Tuesday, when we get our new comic shipments in, we kind of reconnect with the people who maybe can't come into the shop, who maybe are just sort of sitting around their house. We do a show and go, hey, this is what's on the shelf. So, if there's a title you missed in your polls, or if there's, a variant cover that you weren't aware of, we get those out to people. And that's kind of their, first chance to grab it before the public sees it.
So you mentioned that obviously foot traffic hasn't been as good, but what does a typical day at the store kind of look like?
So a typical day at the store around here, it's going to vary, Obviously, weekends are a little bit busier. There's always something going on around here. In addition to a comic shop, we are a game shop. We kind of have our TCG kiosk and everything going on that side. And we have regular, store champions, drafts, and things like that going on. We have regular shoppers. We have merchandise. So I'd say when I was doing full time around here, there wasn't a single day out of the week that I could say, oh, that's definitely the slow day. It's hit and miss every single one down the line.
Weird.
We get a little bit of everything,
So speaking of a little bit of everything, what are some of the products that you guys sell there? Like comics, what kind of merch?
Funko Pops are one of like the hottest items. We get a lot of action figures and stuff. And one of the things that I'd say is a hallmark of working around here is we do a lot of trade-ins with the community and do a lot of like older collectibles. We're not just looking for current merchandise. A lot of the times we'll have, horror movie figures from the 70s, or collections of old like 1990s X-Men cartoon pieces and stuff like that. And a lot of that does come from the trade program we do with the public, where if you schedule an interview with one of our managers, you can pretty much bring in collections of just about anything and we'll take a look at it. Like, obviously, we've got Pokemon cards coming in and out, but we've also got, like, just this week we bought a lot of, I think, about 40, 50 used Funko Pops that some of them are rarities that are going to be on the merchandise show this week.
Awesome. So your show, you mentioned, happens every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m., right?
Yeah. Every Tuesday, it's going to be the comic book show, and every Thursday, we kind of do different little lots of merchandise and things like that, whether it's new stuff or collectibles, or the boss has like a huge warehouse that we're constantly finding new gems in, sometimes things we didn't even know we had.
Understand that actually. So part of our team works remote, and when they came to the office the first time, they're like, I've never seen this. Why isn't this on the web store?
Yeah, 100%. And that's probably like one of my favorite part of the jobs, is just going out into the warehouse and just finding things that nobody here even knew existed. Like, you know, sometimes comics that were printed 20 years ago, sometimes pieces of merchandise that, you know, you can't find anymore. And it's just really great times.
That's awesome. Do you want to A, show us the Zenoscope goods that you got, and then B, give us a little bit of a tour of the shop?
So I did kind of clear out a little bit of a space. It's a little bit crazy because, as I said, Tuesday is like sort of the rework day. So I was kind of going to take people through the comic book shelves over here. The new release panel is pretty much just going to be DC because this is the big change out time of the week. Right now, we've got like diamond orders over there getting into pull boxes and stuff. But then the main wall along here, first of all, I love this panel. This is one of my favorite things. All variant covers, all like comic shop exclusives and things like that. Cool. And then along this wall, everything from the past year is just going to be alphabetical. So like you got Belle over here, you got I think, yeah, Grimm Fairy Tales right over there. Everything's just sort of put alongside one another. We don't want to really favor one, like the big names over the others. And then in the back over here, we have everything older. So this is kind of what I call the stacks. This is like the library of the comic shop, where you've got everything from the 70s to like 1998 right beside each other. Just
I love
really
it.
And then, yeah, we've got graphic novels, trade paperbacks, things like that down this aisle, which these are a little bit, we've got like the entire Grimm Fairy Tales collection there, stuff like that.
Awesome. I love it. Well, I won't take up too much of your time, Jay, but is there anything else that you'd like to plug about Planet Comics?
Well, the TCG guys asked that I put a little bit more attention towards them on this. So, like, we are primarily known as a comic book shop, but we are a game store too. We've got a lot of store championships coming up soon. I think the store championship for Dragon Ball Super is at the end of the month. I think the store championship for Magic is beginning of December. So, you know, check us out. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the Google Calendar. We've always got something going on for people to come in and play.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jay. Everybody loves your beard, by the way.
Of course. Thank you so much.
I'll see you soon.
Have a good one.
That was awesome. Jay has a really, really sick beard, as you guys noticed in the comments. I dropped the Facebook page in the link, so make sure that you check out their show on Tuesday and Thursday. They're doing something very, very similar as us, where you get to hang out with the team. You get to learn about the new latest products. And I know that if you guys are in South Carolina, you will definitely make a visit to hang out with them, which is really, really awesome. I am going to shoot it over to Jay in just a minute. And if you guys haven't ordered us before, or you've never done the retailer live stream or anything like that, he's going to run on how you can order. And you guys are the best. And I know that you guys will be really good, because remember that today, any sale that has happened, 50% of all proceeds will go to our incredible retailer partner, Planet Comics. So now over to Jay.
Yep. Hello. Thanks, Amber. So, wow, that was kind of fast. All right. So first of all, I want to say huge thanks to Jay over at Planet Comics for doing that for us. I spoke with Jay actually on the phone earlier today. He didn't find out he was doing this stream with us from the owner of Planet Comics till pretty much late in the game. I think maybe like a day or 2 days ago and so forth. So he was trying to view some of our streams, trying to get caught up and so forth, trying to figure out what we do, that kind of thing. So Jay, obviously a huge thank you for that. Huge thank you for coming on with us. I want to say a huge shout out to all you guys in the stream, Gary, Larry, Chuck, Gary and Larry, Gary, Larry, Rich, Aaron. I saw Aaron, actually. Aaron stopped over to pick up a new order today. Aaron, always good to see you, my friend. I understand Aaron and his kids had a good Halloween. Mine did as well, too. I actually went out with my daughter. We had a fantastic time. So I'm going to get to kind of how we do the ordering and so forth. Hey, Abby, what's going on? Hopefully you went out with the Mighty Quinn, and she had a fantastic Halloween as well. Mr. Sleva, good to see you as well as always. Mr. Pete, good to see you, my friend up in Canada. Good to see you as well. Thanks so much for joining us today. Stephen, good to see you as well, always. So if you're new to the stream, if you're brand new to this and you've never joined us for a stream before, you're wondering kind of what we're doing. We do these streams basically to support local comic shops. We've done streams like this before with Wade's, with Comic Empire in Tulsa, with Black Cat Comics in Salt Lake, with my man Brian down in Florida, and he owns, I believe it's Comic Haven, if I'm not mistaken, with quite a few different comic shops. So the goal basically here is just to make you aware of Zenescope. If you're not currently reading us, maybe we can see if we can turn you into a reader. If you're not currently collecting us, maybe we can turn you into a collector or something like that, maybe a little bit of a reader and a collector. So if you're ordering with us and you have questions, we have an email right there. It's on the banner that you see right there. It's vcons@Zenescope. Diane will be the young lady answering your questions as far as those are concerned. We also do some streams each and every month. We're going to be doing one in November, which is November, what's the dates on that one? 17th. November 17th. We're doing a single one-day stream. It's Fall a Wednesday. Fest. Fall Fest is going to be where hopefully you're going to be able to join us. It'll be myself, Amber, and Ralph, maybe Kiara, maybe Diane. I'm not certain if there it is right there. There's the information right there. There's the banner. So we're going to be doing Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. That's where we will show you some brand new exclusives, brand new products for November too as well. So we're looking forward to having you guys for that too as well. Today, again, it's a little bit different. It's more of a little bit more informational. We're going to do some selling too as well, but mostly a little bit more informational. I want to cover Grim Fairy Tales 53, which is our new release for this week, as well as Cinderella vs. Zombies, another Franchini home run. Then I got a couple graphic novels I want to talk about. And then, of course, I want to get to some diamond incentives, which I know is a good reason why a good portion of you are here. So anyway, how this works is if you're interested in something that I talk about, and the code for that is NR1 or New Release 1, could be New Release 1 cover A. Maybe you want to have it signed by the writer, that kind of thing. Just make sure you put into the comments, yes, I'm interested in New Release 1. Just put NR1, whatever cover it could be, A, B, C, could be cover D for Grim 53 after I talk about the book, and then whether you want to have it signed. There is no extra cost to you whatsoever to have books signed. I'm going to go over the pricing. I'll go over a little bit about the book itself too as well, maybe a little bit about the writer, that kind of thing. So I'm going to take our time because we got plenty of time today. We're going till about 5 o'clock. We got plenty of time to talk about the books, which I'm excited about. So without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling. If we're ready to rock and roll, Ralph, I know you're ready to rock and roll. Let's go. Abby, I'm right there with you, darling. Same thing. We found out that Chris, not only has Chris made it to New Mexico, but what did he do? He did something goofy only Chris can do.
His AC in his truck broke when he got to
So Chris was driving out to New Mexico, which happens to be one of the hotter states in the United States, and his air conditioning broke. Did it break on the way, or it broke while he was there? While he just arrived?
It broke right when he got there.
All right, so he sort of had air conditioning for the entire ride, which is probably good. All right, because he was traveling through some hot weather states, I'm certain. Although I can't imagine New Mexico this time of year is probably like 60s or so. I don't think it's chilly, cool. 70s,
I don't know,
maybe.
because on the
70s?
stream,
It's certainly not 90s.
said that it was 70 in South Carolina, so it could be
All right, so
very
70, but 70's kind of balmy. Maybe you don't necessarily need the air conditioning. You could roll the window down. If it was 80 or something, I would definitely need some AC.
It's probably
something like that.
hot.
But anyway, knowing Chris, but anyway, the good news we want to report is that Chris arrived safely. He's doing well, just without air conditioning. All right, so let's rock and roll. Let's go to new release number 1. So new release number 1, I'm going to talk about Grim Fairy Tales. First of all, Grim Fairy Tales is our flagship series. If you're not familiar with Zenescope at all, we do Robin Hood, we do Van Helsing, we do Dark and Twisted, we do female strong characters. We're very much known for our artwork and very much known for our dark and twisted writing styles too, as well as a comic book company. We are extremely fortunate, and I say this at every convention that I go to, we are extremely fortunate to not only work with the writers that we work with the editors that we work with, and the in-house team that we have, but also the cover artists. You're going to see that our cover art is second to none. We are extremely fortunate to work with the cover artists that we do, whether they're just doing regular covers for us, whether they're doing exclusive covers for us, our collectible covers and so forth, or whether they're doing, again, the regular covers. They do a phenomenal job. We are an extremely fortunate company in that regard. So I'm going to start off right with a bang with an Igor Vitorino. So this is Grimm Fairy Tales 53. All right, so first, again, I want to talk a little bit about the book itself. Again, it's Grimm Fairy Tales, which is our flag ship book. This is not Sela. I was about to call her Sela, dude. All right, on the cover. All right, she is the guardian of our Nexus. This is actually Sela's daughter, which is Sky. Sky is the guardian of our Nexus. This Grimm Fairy Tale story is actually kind of sort of a continuation. I wouldn't recommend necessarily starting with this book. I would recommend reading Grimm 51, 52, because this is a storyline that Dave is into right now. It actually pairs up Van Helsing, has Robin Hood in there too as well. There's some twists to it. I don't want to give that away, but puts these young ladies into a situation that they've never been in before and so forth. So again, if you're in a strong female character, strong female leads, I would say this is an ideal series for you to get into. All right. So again, Grimm Fairy Tales, if you want to have it signed by the writer, just put signed. And again, it's Dave Franchini. He'll sign it for free. This would be NR1A, cover A. And again, it's covered by Igor Vitorino. Let me see if I can. Yep. I'm just want to double check myself. So again, yeah, it's Igor Vitorino. So again, this is Grimm Fairy Tales 53. All right. If you're interested in issues prior to this, to get caught up on the storyline, they're all on our web store, which is zenescope.com, or you can head to Planet Comics. Planet Comics is a very big supporter of ours. They have all of our Grimm Fairy Tales covers there. All right. So again, this is Grimm Fairy Tales 53, and that's NR1A. And just put into the notes whether you want to have it signed or unsigned. So that's cover A. Cover B is this bad boy over here. Let me get over to my rack. See if I can grab this bad boy for you. And cover B is Riviero. All right. So if you're interested in cover, whoops, I think we got the wrong cover up there. So this is cover B. Cover B is Riviero. Just put NR1B. Please make sure you specify which cover that you are looking for, whether it's NR1A or NR1B. So far, I've shown you just the A and the B. This is a cover actually by Riviero. The story on the inside is the same. Okay. But the covers are different. Another thing kind of what we're known for as a publisher is we will put multiple covers on a single book, and the story will still be the same. But again, we're looking to put multiple cover artists on that book. And the reason being is because we have so many fantastic cover artists. Yeah, fire away.
Not to get you in the middle of it, but actually I'm going to have Chris Cote on NCW tomorrow to talk about the outside of the cover.
Awesome.
With the branding and stuff. So.
All right, so what NCW, what Amber's talking about there is New Comic Wednesday. This is something that we do with Amber each and every Wednesday. This is something that's a little bit more in-depth than what I'm doing right here. She'll have guests on, like writers of ours. In this case, actually, our art director is Chris Cote. She'll have him on, and actually, I'm sorry, what are you talking about again?
We're going to talk about the outside of the cover, how like we added the branding.
Oh yeah. Kind of make it squared off, like almost like a graphic novel, like a something there.
So people understand like why we did it, what it means, blah blah blah.
All right, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. for New Comic Wednesday with Amber. All right, if you want to hear a little bit more about Grimm Fairy Tales. Are you covering this, or are you just covering the fact that we're just doing the border?
We're covering the fact that we did the border. Bunnyman and graphic novels tomorrow.
Oh, so you guys are going to be covering actually something I'm covering too.
Yeah.
All right, so this is NR1 cover B. And again, that is a cover by Riviero. So if you're interested in that, just go ahead and put it to the notes. So usually cover A is our action. Cover C is usually our pinup style. All right, we are kind of known for our pinup style covers. This happens to be a cover by Maguro. And Maguro is another fantastic cover artist that we are extremely fortunate to work with. This is cover C. So put NR1C if you'd like to have this one. And again, I have it signed by Dave Franchini, who's the writer. Keep in mind, we can't get these signed by the cover artists. Our cover artists, first of all, they're all over the world. We got some in Italy. We got some in United States, Australia, geez, oh man, pretty much probably about, I don't know, at least 100 different countries. Geez, oh man, we got cover artists all over the world. Anyway, what's really cool about that is, again, we have cover artists in all these different countries. So having this signed by Maguro, I would imagine is going to be very difficult to do. Maybe you're able to catch them at a convention in the future and stuff like that. We can have this signed by the writer, that for sure. All right. So again, this is NR1C. James, we got you covered for that. Stephen will be signed by Dave Franchini, the man, the myth, the legend. James will have it signed for you too as well. Look at Chuck. Chuck doing some IT work for me out there. There's Comic Empire. That's actually one of the shops that I mentioned. That's Ken Hooker. Also does a phenomenal job of making sure he always has all of our covers, all of our variants in stock too, as well as some of the diamond books that I'm going to be talking about. Ken will have those too as well. So again, this is NR1C, and again, if you want to have it signed, it's only $3.99 for the book. That's one of the things I did not mention. I apologize. So NR1A, NR1B, NR1C, all these are just $3.99. So again, it's the same book on the inside of the book. Same read, I should say, on the inside, but just the cover is different. And then the fourth cover, which is another phenomenal cover. Holy guacamole, I'm a big fan of this one. Michael DiPasquale. Michael DiPasquale. All right. So again, cover D. So if you're interested in cover D, which would be NR1D, make sure you specify whether you want to have it signed. Empire is the bomb. Totally agree with you 1,000% there, Gary. Ken and his whole staff do a phenomenal job. We've actually had Ken on one of our streams before. Got to look into his store. Big fan. So again, NR1D would be this book. And again, please put into notes when you want to have it signed. It's only $3.99. There is no cost to you whatsoever, whether you want to have it signed or not. It's just $3.99 regardless. All right. And again, you're getting signed by the writer, who is Dave Franchini. All right. So if you're interested in that book, just go ahead and put it into the notes. NR1D as in David. And again, that would be signed by the writer, which is Dave Franchini. Again, it's NR1D. NR1A, B, C, or D. Please specify which cover that you're interested in, and then whether you want to have it signed too as well. And again, all four are just $3.99. All right. So the next new release I want to talk about is actually a little bit older. It is Cinderella vs. Zombies. It's one of our Grimm Spotlight series. So what we'll do with our Grimm Spotlight is we will feature one of our characters. Could be Van Helsing, could be Black Knight, could be Gretel. So we'll take them and we put them basically into what we call a Grimm Spotlight. So this is a feature book on Cinderella. Now, what we do Cinderella a little bit different from your typical Cinderella that you're kind of familiar with that other company that does Cinderella. We don't do Cinderella with glass slippers and she's getting invited to the prom or she's not getting invited to the prom or she has to do chores, that kind of thing. Our Cinderella is absolutely badass, okay? She carries a samurai sword, which she will use. She's kind of quirky, funny. Like I would liken our Cinderella more to like Deadpool, okay? Our version of Cinderella is much more like a Deadpool, but in a female version. She is absolutely badass in that regard. I would say she's kind of like more like a, not necessarily a gun for hire, but in this book, it actually features Cinderella. So she is up in Toronto, I don't know, basically just trying to get away from Philadelphia, trying to get away from New York, trying to get away from the States, trying to take a break, basically trying to get onto a date with a young man and so forth. And then zombies just start appearing and she just winds up killing a bunch of people, doing some zombies, doing what Cinderella does. It gets kind of dark, gets kind of twisted in certain aspects or whatever. I don't want to give away too much of the storyline. But if you're interested in this new release, it is NR2. This would be cover A. And again, cover A, I think this is another Igor Vitorino, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So this is another Igor Vitorino. Absolutely badass. We are extremely fortunate to work with Igor Vitorino on a lot of the covers that we do. This would be NR2A. If you're interested in this book, just go ahead and put it into the notes. And again, if you want to have it signed, you're having it signed by the writer. Happens to be Dave Franchini again. All right. Yes, I'm picking just Franchini books. I love me some Franchini. All right. So NR2, again, cover A. Make sure you specify whether you want to have it signed or unsigned. And again, it's $5.99 for this. The reason why this one's $5.99 and the previous one was only $3.99 is this is 32 pages. So it's an oversized issue, what we would call oversized, meaning normal issues are around 21, 22, maybe 23 pages max. This is 32 pages of content, okay? All right, so again, that is NR2, cover A, and again, it's $5.99, and if you want to have it signed by the writer, the signing is free, all right? This is NR2B, and NR2B is covered by Leo Matos, all right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Leo Matos. And again, this is cover B. So if you're interested in this bad boy, it is cover B. So put NR2B as in boy. And again, the story is the same on the inside. Just exactly what I talked about a little bit before. As far as Cinderella, basically almost kind of our female Deadpool. She makes kind of quirky jokes in that pretty much everything that she does to her is funny. Whether she's killing somebody, whether she's meeting someone for dinner, no matter what she does, she finds it funny. Which, you know, again, this comic book world to me, which is absolutely phenomenally funny too as well. Dave happens to have a very dark, very twisted sense of humor. There's oftentimes we're at the office or whatever, we wonder if Dave is a little crazy, and maybe he is, but I can tell you right now, his brand of writing is absolutely fantastic. I know you would dig it. I do. I'm a huge fan. So again, if you're interested in this bad boy, it's NR2 cover B. All right, and please specify whether you want to have it signed or unsigned. It's $5.99. This is the same book as the one that I showed you before, just a different cover. This one happens to be Leo Matos on this cover, so please put into the notes NR2B. Are you late for a Halloween trick-or-treat cover? This is kind of like Halloween trick-or-treat kind of style. All right, so it's never too late for Halloween. All right, so easily the greatest holiday.
You know what we should do?
The greatest holiday in the world.
No, Friday the 13th is. But you know what we should do? We should have you have a competition where we show you a cover and you have to.
I have to guess the cover artist?
Yes.
The regular covers I would probably not
fun.
do too well. The regular covers I would struggle a little bit. All right, the exclusives though, I got a feeling I would nail them. Even the stuff from before I was here.
I'm interested.
Right.
We should play
All right,
that.
well, you got archives right in there. You can go rate it right now. All right, so this is NR2. And again, cover B as in boy. All right, please specify in the notes if you want to have it signed. Again, it's $5.99 for this book. It is the same story that I mentioned before. Again, kind of almost like our female Deadpool. And then this is the pinup style cover, which is bam, big fan. I know this is John Royal, and it is John Royal on cover C. Is again the pinup style. Beyond sexy. This to me is like us putting a collectible cover or an exclusive cover on a regular cover. Holy guacamole, John Royal, completely knocking it out of the box on this regular cover. I got a couple of these bad boys at my desk. I think I'm gonna have Dave sign one of them. Big fan. All right, so this will be NR2C, and please specify whether you want to have it signed or unsigned. Neil, I hear you on the unsigned. As far as having a book signed, a lot of people like to have it signed. Whether it's by the cover artist, whether it's by the writer or something like that. I'm a big fan of keeping the art plain so that way you can see it. Like if I'm going to meet an artist or a writer, I might have him sign it on the inside, that kind of thing. So if I ever did get the book graded, it's not going to have the signature right on the cover, whether I wanted to have it signature series or not. I like the art to be, again, just absolutely banging, stand out. And as you can see, this John Royal cover is absolutely just jumps to the eye. It's just absolutely fantastic artwork, as you can see right there, as I'm covering up too much of the cover right there. So let me see if I can get more of it in there. Is this, that's not showing on you guys, right? Okay, cool. I had to X out of something. There was something funky on my screen. So again, this is NR2. And again, this is cover C. And again, it's John Royal. All right. And again, if you want to have it signed, it would be signed by the writer, which is Dave Franchini. And that is that. All right, so the other new release that we had, which was 2 weeks ago, was actually our Mangoat and Bunnyman graphic novel. All right, so I just read this bad boy today. I read the first issue, and then I kind of forgot about the series. But I'm going to tell you right now, took my time in reading this. It's actually a 3-part series. This is, first of all, let me specify by saying this is easily one of our best-selling books of 2021. Diamond is sold out of a good amount of these covers. I think we still actually have a few issue 1s left on our web store. I know we're sold out of issue 1 cover B, which was the Josh Burns. We sold out of that quicker than quick. I do believe we actually have some of the single issues left on Mangoat and Bunnyman. But this is easily one of our best-selling titles of 2021. So first of all, it pits together an unlikely team of Mangoat, and Mangoat is like I don't want to say he's like the devil, but he's almost like a Spawn type character who's supposed to be working for the devil, but rejects the devil, rejects that demon in principle, and so forth, and just wants to basically become good, but he's not sure whether he's good or not. He's a little a little off, a little confused as far as what he actually is. And his partner is Bunnyman. Bunnyman is just, I don't know, just from the minds of Joe and Ralph and Dave, just a phenomenal character of ours who carries a hatchet, tends to go a little berserk, tends to get a little whacked out, tends to get a little crazy, and then forgets why he went a little crazy in the first place, that kind of thing, and doesn't understand why women don't like him, all right, that kind of thing. So again, this is our Man, Goat, and Bunnyman. Again, easily one of our most successful series that we did. So you can have this signed by the writer, which is Joe. If you want to have Dave sign it too as well, Dave is one of the creators behind the impetus of Man, Goat, and Bunnyman, as well as Ralph too as well. Unfortunately, I can only have it signed by Joe and Dave. Ralph's doing our TV and film for us, kind of on the West Coast for us. But again, I can have this signed by Joe, signed by Dave too as well. Please make sure whether you specify whether you want to have it signed by Joe and Dave, maybe just signed by Joe, that kind of thing. So this is graphic novel 1. Again, it's $9.99. And again, this pits just 2 unlikely phenomenal characters. They wind up finding out about a cult going on and so forth, girls disappearing and so forth. There might be an appearance by Sasquatch. I'm not gonna confirm or deny that. It gets kind of dark, gets kind of twisted, but I can tell you right now, it is hilarious throughout, which is one of the things that really drew me to this series. Besides the fact that it is phenomenally artistically, phenomenally written too as well. So just a phenomenal concept by Joe, by Ralph, by Dave. Just a phenomenal concept in the first place. It's hysterical, and I love it when we bring funny twists into, which is probably one of the reasons why I really dig the Cinderella versus Zombies too as well. I like it when we get kind of humorous in our books and so forth. It's just really good fun. Is Man, Goat, and Bunnyman. So if you're interested in that kind of like that horror / comedy, to me, it's also a phenomenal way to get started with us. If you've never read anything by Zenescope before, this is an ideal book to get started with us. Not only is it our bestseller for 2021, but again, it's got some horror, it's got some comedy, it's got some twists and turns to it too as well. It's got stuff. I'm not going to give the stuff away. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's just a really, really good read. Really fantastic job by Joe, by Ralph, by Dave on this concept for Man, Goat, and Bunnyman. All right. So if you're interested in that, please put graphic novel 1 into the notes. It's just $9.99. The signatures are free. You can have it signed by Dave, signed by Joe, who is the writer, and that is graphic novel 1. All right. And I'm going to move on. I think we're ready to rock on, aren't we? Yeah. All right, let's rock on. So let's go to Dark Shaman. This is one of our older graphic novels. This one is normally $15.99, but I'm going to do it here in the stream for just $9.99. All right. And if you want to have it signed by the writer again, which is Joe, or actually, I'm sorry, it's written by Erica Heflin. I apologize. But if you want to have it signed by Joe, Joe kind of has the ability to sign pretty much everything we do, as well as Ralph. But unfortunately, I don't have Ralph on site to be able to sign this. So this one's actually kind of about a group of teenagers that go on a vacation. They go to Florida. They actually go to Florida's Dorian Island to get an opportunity to kind of get close with their Native American roots and so forth. And it gets kind of dark and twisted from there. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there was actually a Tumulcan massacre occurred on that island and so forth. So it's kind of got some dark twists, some Indian folklore too as well, that kind of thing. And again, this is just another horror series, another fantastic read, another great starting point. Again, if you've never read anything by Zenescope, to me, first of all, to do it as it's regularly $15.99, but I'm only going to do it for $9.99 today. All right. Try and keep in mind half of the proceeds of everything that you're buying is going to Planet Comics in South Carolina. Another fantastic shop we are happy to be partnering with. All right. So again, this is Dark Shaman. If you're interested in this, this would be graphic novel 2 or GN2, and it's $9.99. Please specify if you want to have it signed by Joe or unsigned is certainly fine too as well. It is, yes, it is an older story. In fact, I can tell you right now, let me see if I can get the year on graphic on, I'm not going to be able to see it. Oh, it's 2015. So it's about 5-6 years old is Dark Shaman. Okay. We have a lot of we have a ton of graphic novels in stock. I would say we probably have over easily over 50 or 60 graphic novels in stock, including some hardcovers too as well. So if you're interested in older books by Zenescope, first of all, you can shoot me an email, which is jcandelas@Zenescope, and I'll tell you a little bit more about some of the older stuff that we have. Like we do Oz, we do Robin Hood, looks like a female Green Arrow. We do Belle, almost like a female Batman. We do Courier. All right, let me tell you, Courier was flying off the shelf. Amber's giggling over there. Courier was flying off the shelf at New York Comic Con because Ralph, the Man, the Myth, the Legend was signing away. Courier is kind of like a.
Because I was selling.
You were selling like a champ, dude, is what you were doing. I just wrote a glowing email about you. I just got to get my sales numbers from October. I'll share it with you later. I'll share you the email that I sent to Joe and Ralph the end of the month. I have to get my sales numbers first. All right, I'll tell you about it. We'll talk, dude. We'll have another drink. Amber and I bonded. We bonded at New York Comic Con. I know she's a dreaded Cowboys fan, but we bonded.
And the Cowboys pulled it out on Sunday.
Cowboys pulled out another goddamn victory over those freaking Minnesota Vikings. Cousins. Is that what his name is? Kurt?
Yeah, Kurt. You like that? You like that?
Yeah, you like that, Kurt. Kurt, you like that? All right. I do got a Minnesota fan in the stream. That's friggin' Mark Willis. Is a big fan of the Vikings. Yes, the Vikings once again treaded down like they were a stepping stone for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. Those damn Vikings. All right. So again, that's Dark Shaman. Please put it into the notes if you want to get that bad boy. All right. So I want to get into some of the books that we're going to do. All right. Again, please don't jump the gun. Don't put book 1 into the notes. I'm not going to give it to you. All right. Book 1 is not the code. All right. Please don't jump the gun. As far as the books are concerned, we're going to take our time. We're going to do 20 of the first book that we're doing. I'm not going to tell you what the code is just yet. We're going to do it in a moment. All right. If you're ready, Kara, I'm ready to rock. We're ready to rock and roll. All right. So we're going to start with the first book that I'm going to show you. Try and keep in mind this is a diamond incentive. It is only $10. And the book is a great jumping on point. It's a readable as well as a collectible. It's a first issue. All right. The code that I am looking for is Royal, which is ROYLE. All right. Not just R. All right. ROYLE. All right. This is a cover by John Royal. A lot of you always ask me, Jay, what's the book that's on the inside? This is actually a standalone or almost kind of a spotlight on Van Helsing. It is our return to the League of Monsters, issue 1. All right. This is actually cover D as in David. If you're interested in this, you may only buy one. All right. And we're not offering this signed. There's my main Ray and Rich up at Nankin. We were fortunate enough to do a retail stream with Nankin too as well, where I was able to meet Rich. Rich's Lions unfortunately went down to my Eagles, and I do say unfortunately went down to my Eagles this weekend. Rich, I want you to know I was rooting for your Lions, dude. I was rooting for them, and the reason being is because I want the Eagles to have 2 top 5 picks in next year's NFL draft. Look, when you know you're not making the playoffs, you know you're not making the playoffs. It's kind of like being a Cowboys fan. You know you're going to make the playoffs, but you know you're going to lose in the first round. So the Eagles are not going to make the playoffs. Are you coming up? So the Eagles are not going to make the playoffs. But I'm a realist, okay? I'd rather have a really good match.
I want everyone to witness this really quick. I'm going to put some serious dough down right now. Jay and I talked about it.
What are we doing? We're betting on the fact that they're going to win a game?
We're going to bet on the fact that they are going to make it to the second round.
I need to see the opponent. All right? If we're betting when they
I want to put down the money now. I'll put down $500 cash.
Green Bay's
$500 cash.
If they're playing.
Okay.
Jeez, oh man.
$500 cash. That's right.
How much are they paying you? They must be paying you. They're paying me. You're not going to make a fire on that. All right. First of all, I'm upset about that. Right? But let's get to the fact that first we will bet on that. And I will give you the points.
At least you said when it comes.
We will bet when it comes.
We'll eventually make
there's no question they're going to win the division because the Eagles are garbage, the Giants are severe garbage, and Washington's not good either.
Dallas is going to win its first.
It's sort of like king of the muck.
Super Bowl champion.
King of the muck is what they are. Get back in your hole. Get out of here. Get back in your hole. I forgot I was supposed to be ringing some bells. All right, so are we using product can?
We haven't been using.
We haven't been using the product can. We are all kinds of discombobulated today. Jay is just not. I'm not using my things. All right. Yeah, she's throwing down the gauntlet, Aunt Larry, for $500. She's talking big right now. You ever been on like Facebook, one of those Facebook tough guys or tough girls, or been on Twitter with a tough guy, tough girl, like that? They're real tough on the internet or something like that. But it's only week 7 right now, so we're going into week 8. So we still got another 8 weeks of football for Dallas to do what Dallas is going to do, and eventually, like I said, fall off and lose. All right. So that was book number 1. It was Royal. All right. So what we did is we did 20 on those bad boys. Looks like we're going to write down a few extra names. I'm going to give Kiara a little bit of time to go ahead and do so. Again, I was looking for Royal on that. Yes, Chuck, I am really wise. All right. When I know my birds are out of it, all right, I'd rather they get.
But you guys won
2 top 10 picks. Look, they're still in line for a top 10 pick with their pick. All right. They're going to get the Dolphins pick.
So when I was
which is going to be fantastic.
There was a couple sitting next to me, and the girl's like, "Oh my God, the Eagles are so good," and her husband kept being like, "No, we're playing a really bad team.
We're playing a really, really bad team.
We're playing a really bad team."
I actually thought the Lions had a chance. I did, especially the way they played the Rams. I figured Jared Goff could actually complete passes. I was mistaken. I figured they could actually stop the run. I was completely mistaken in that regard. The Eagles racked up something like 240 yards on the ground on those hapless Giants. The Giants kind of let you know that Alabama would probably beat them, or Georgia, the Bulldogs, Larry, your squad, would actually probably give the Lions a pretty good game. All right, let's move on. So that is
Amber. Do you want to post the names that got the 20 books? Because not everyone got them. There's a lot.
I can.
There's a lot of people
share
that
me on
didn't
the
get it.
document? I know sometimes we don't do it for the retailer live stream, but I will.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make sure we share with you guys the 20 people that got the book. Try and keep in mind again, if you weren't one of the 20, we're on StreamYard, which gives us Facebook, which gives us YouTube Live, which also gives us Twitch, 2 at the same time. So you may think you are in the first 20 on Facebook, but I got a little secret for you. Twitch is a little faster. YouTube Live is a little faster. All right. And again, Rich, you know what was really cool about Slay? So when Slay scored that touchdown, he gave it to Avonte Maddox, who is the Eagles' 3rd D-back. He's their slot corner. And Avonte Maddox then in turn gave that football to his dad. His dad actually happens to work up in the Michigan area. I believe actually lives up there. It was one of the first times he's able to see his son at an NFL game. So Avonte Maddox was actually able to give that game ball to his dad, which is really cool. It's a really nice thing about Slay actually giving that ball up to Avonte Maddox. So even though the Eagles are losing or winning, doing poorly or whatever, they're still doing good things or whatever, which always makes me a big fan of the Eagles.
Someone was signing, I don't remember who it was, but someone was signing fans' jerseys behind during the game too. Like you could
for the Birds?
Yeah. I thought
that's really cool.
nice.
I always like when players do that. I like when players give back to the community, get out of football, that kind of thing. All right, so are we ready to rock on? You wrote down a couple extra names. All right, so the second book that we are doing is not book number 2. It is going to be Elias, as in Elias Hatsouris. All right, this is a $250 print run. It's a $20 book. So put Elias into the notes if you want this book. All right, and again, we're only doing 20 of these bad boys. So what I was going to say before is, again, if you don't get book number 1, which was Royal, or you don't get book number 2, try and keep in mind, one of the reasons why we're limiting this to so few that we're doing, 20 of the Royal, 20 of the Elias, is, again, these books are going out to support local comic shops that are in our Diamond Retailer program. So they're selling our regular covers for us. Shops like Comic Empire, shops like Rich's, which is Nankin, shops like Planet Comics are selling our Diamond Retailer incentives for us and so forth. And they are doing X amount of regular covers in order to gain access to these incentive covers. So again, once we sell all 20 of Royal, once we sell all 20 of Elias, it looks like we are sold out of that. Try and keep in mind, if you don't get it, I apologize first off. But again, we are doing these covers to support local comic shops. So more of these go to our retailers than they do go to our fans, that kind of thing. All right, so try and keep that in mind if you do wind up missing out, and I apologize if you do. All right, so that is the second book in our Diamond Incentives. And again, it's a $250 print run. It's covered by Elias Chatzounis. And again, that is also Van Helsing Return of the League of Monsters, issue 1. That's actually going to be a 2-part series. Look out for issue 1, which will be in comic shops next Wednesday. Not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday will be Van Helsing Return of League of Monsters. Amber will have some more information on that for you by New Comic Wednesday next week, too, as well. So we're going to write down a few extra names. Actually, right now, we're still taking down all the Elias covers. So again, that is covered by Elias Chadzudis. So our Van Helsing Return of League of Monsters is not a book that I've read actually just yet. But again, this is a phenomenal collectible as well as a readable. So if you're able to get onto the next book that we're selling or the next book that we're selling after that, these are excellent collectibles as well as readables because of the jumping on point. I absolutely love it when we do a collectible as a first issue or a standalone story, something like that, because these are ideal for new fans. These are ideal for older fans. These are ideal for both because, again, they are which cover is Chuck looking for? Do you know? Chuck, do you know what you're looking for? And I'll show it for you, sir. You can just are you talking about the regular issue for Van Helsing Return of League of Monsters? Actually, I don't think we had that, Chuck, to be honest with you. Oh, for Elias. Yeah, he's got that still. Ralph, can you put up the Elias, the 250 print run? Can you put that up one more time? Just so that way Chuck can see it. Rich, thanks so much. Yeah, so there's the cover right there. That is the Elias, which was $20. It's a 250 print run. Normally we do our 250 print runs for $25. In this case, we're actually doing it for just 20. I know it's actually sold out. Chuck, you're very welcome, my friend. And again, that is the that was the cover there. Phil, good to see you as always in the stream. Thank you so much for joining us as you always do. All right. I think we're writing down a couple extra names, and we're also going to be able to get these out to you so we can tell everybody that who got it, who didn't get it. Again, try and keep in mind if you do miss out, these books are going to stores that support us and so forth. We have a bunch of stores that still have these covers that are going to be able to actually get some of these covers from me later on too as well. Some of these guys are actually in the stream right now. All right. My main man Rich over at Nankin, my main man Ken over at Comic Empire. All right. So that was the second book that we're selling. I can see Kiara is still writing down some names. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those guys I can take care of.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so let's rock on. Let's go to the third book that we're doing. It is not book 3, so please be patient with me once I say the code, and we'll let you know. We're only doing 10 of these bad boys, so keep in mind a lot of people are going to miss on this one. All right, this book is $40. The code I am looking for is gold. All right, gold. It's gold, Jerry, as Banyan would say. All right, this is the naughty version, or I would say the little bit more skimpy dressed version. Gold is what we're looking for here. Again, I'm only looking for 10 on this bad boy. And again, I'm just looking for 10 buyers on this one. I can see it's already sold out. So there is the list actually on the Elias book, which was book number 2. There are the 20 people that got book number 2 that you can see right there. I'm assuming that we already showed you the list for Royal, the 20 people that got that too as well. This one, again, we're only doing 10, and it went really, really fast. Again, I apologize for these books obviously going out so quickly. I apologize for us having so few to sell. But again, try and keep in mind, these books are going mostly to the comic shops that support us. That was the whole reason why we started this Diamond Retailer program in the first place. One of the reasons why we started this Diamond streaming, not Diamond streaming, I'm sorry, the Zenoscope streaming with the comic shops that we're supporting is, again, to support those local comic shops. Again, Planet Comics, half of the proceeds, half of the proceeds that we do today, no matter what that dollar figure is, are all going to go to Planet Comics. Jay, who did a fantastic job with the stream earlier with Amber. All right, so that is the third book in our series. Once we get all 10 of those down, and then maybe just write down about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 extras maybe or something like that, I'm thinking. All right, try and keep in mind that that third book is sold out. It was $40. It is a 150 print run. We normally do our 150 print runs, I'd say, for $50. Here we're doing it just for $40, which makes this an absolute steal. Again, it's a standalone story. It is Van Helsing League of Monsters Return to League of Monsters. I apologize. Issue 1. It's only a 2-part issue series. I think I just told you it was a standalone. It's not a standalone. It's a 2-issue series. But this is the first issue of that series. All right. All right. So again, I think we're ready to rock on. So we're going to go to the last diamond incentive that I have. All right. And I'll give you the code in a moment. Try and keep in mind we're only doing 5 of these bad boys. I apologize for how few we're doing. I sound like a broken record. All right. We're doing sheer, which is S-H-E-E-R. Please spell it correctly. S-H-E-E-R. This is the Elias Chadzudis. It is not exactly a topless, but I would say it's a sheer, as in you can see what I'm seeing right here, but clear as day. And again, I'm sure sheer sold out really quickly. So there's the gold buyers list that you see right there, the 10 people that got that bad boy. Apparently we're not oopsieing. We apologize. Chuck Rouse on his A game. He is all over it. Not only does he has a Z-rated bar on there, I have a Z-rated bar too. All right, there's my Z-rated bar. And I think Joe came on to let us know who actually came up with the sticker idea. All right, it was a collaboration of.
I want to hear it.
There's some people that claim credit for it. We're false. All right, so let's go on. So again, that is Sheer, S-H-E-E-R, and again, it's $75 for that book. I'm sure it's sold out. It's gone. Bing, bang, boom. They go real fast. All right. Here's one that does not go too fast. All right. First of all, we got a print of that book that I just showed you. All right. The print is $30. All right. Try and keep in mind that the print is $30. And the reason being, it is not a topless, I would say, but again, what we would call, I guess, a sheer print. All right. There is only 25 made of this print. And also it has the Planet Comics logo. All right, Ralph, if you could throw that down for a second, I want to show you real fast the logo that's on the print itself. Could you pop that off? Thank you. All right, so there is the logo that you see there. Let me see if I can tilt that so I can see if I can get away from the glare. There is their comic shop logo, which comes on the print, okay? All right, there's only 25 made of this print. So just put print number 1 into the notes, and it shall be yours, or you can just put print. That works too as well. All right, so there's their logo right there that you see. All right, Planet Comics. And again, there's the print. All right, if you want to pop that bad boy back up, Ruff, your image is going to be a lot better than mine. Plus, I think I'm getting some glare on. There it is right there. So that is going to be the print right there that you see that we have right there. It's good. Oh, we just did an oopsie. Did you see that? It was fast. All right. It's an 11 by 17. Keep in mind, this is not a comic book. This is an 11 by 17 print. Okay. So you're spending $30 for an 11 by 17 print. All right. This is something you can either throw into a top loader. You can have it framed. You can put it on your wall. Your wife is going to give you a really hard time because you're going to have oopsies out all the time. All right. You can put this bad boy into your collection of prints. It is 11 by 17. This is not a book that I'm showing you right here. This is an 11 by 17 print. So I want to be clear on that. Okay. And again, it's covered by Elias Chadzudis. We just did a phenomenal job, Elias. Big fan of Elias Chadzudis. All right. My Greek brother from another mother. That is the print. Just put print into the notes for $30. It shall be yours. Again, try and keep in mind half of the proceeds are going to Planet Comics. It has the Planet Comics logo right there on the print for you too as well. All right, and the last item that I want to talk about, do we blame Amber for the Z-rated sticker? Yes, we can. We can blame her for that. I think we've learned.
How the tables turn.
It's a collaboration of Kiera and Jeff and Ralph and Amber is what we're going to say. It was a team effort on the stickers. All right, the Z-rated bars, the Z-rated stickers that we use going forward. All right, so last item that I want to talk about, try and keep in mind and say this is a $250 item. All right, if you're interested in this bad boy, it's a pack of 3 books. All right, Matthew just missed it. Matthew, got to be quick on the gun, dude. Ralph's trying to appease you guys. He's trying to hook you guys up, and some of you missed. All right, some of you caught. Tammy obviously caught it. All right, so this is a pack of 3 books that is $250. All right, I threw a Z-rated, a topless in this pack because I think it's an absolutely badass pack. I made it up myself. All right, I'm giving you one of the Bloody Snacks showcase topless covers in this pack. All right, we're only doing 3 of these bad boys. It's $250 for the pack. That book is in your pack right there. That cover by Paul Green. All right, it's a showcase, and it's a 100 print run. All right, this is in your pack. All right, try and keep in mind, Larry, we got you covered for the pack as always. All right, this DeBalfo is in there too. This is a gold foil DeBalfo. All right, this book itself is actually Grim Tales of Terror. I think it's Grim Tales of Terror, Volume 4, Issue 6. This is a Mike DeBalfo that you see right there. The image really doesn't do it justice. It actually has a gold foil to it. And let me see if I can bop that on there, Ralph. So you get where you want to pull down the image that you have there. Maybe I can see if I can just kind of hold this still. You can see the gold foil to the book there. So not only is her sword in gold foil, but the Zenoscope up top, as well as the title, is in gold foil too as well. I think there are other areas too that are gold foil, which is absolutely badass. But I'm just a big fan. This is a 100 print run in your pack. All right, so you're getting 200 print runs, one being a topless Paul Green showcase, the other being this DeBalfo. And I'm going to throw in the pièce de résistance, which is, did I just say that correctly? This Ebas. What? 50 print run, blue foil. All right, this bad boy right there that you're seeing right there, which is actually kind of different from, we don't really have an image of that in the blue foil. As you can see right there, I'm going to do the same thing, Ralph. I'm going to go ahead and pop this book out of the pack there so that way you can kind of see the foil. So the 50 is in foil. This is a cover that we did when Denver won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. We did it for Denver Comic-Con. This is a 50 print run. So I'm throwing a 50 print run, 200 print runs in your pack for $250. All right. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Gary. Absolutely badass work by Ebas right there. Again, it's a 50 print run. And again, it is a blue foil. So the pack, again, is $250. This book alone is probably worth $200 by itself, which makes this pack an absolute steal of steals. Again, you're getting the 50 print run, the Mike DeBalfo gold foil, and then also the Bloody Snacks showcase. All right, so I think that's it. We're going to wrap up. We're ready to rock. So there was a few things that I wanted to talk about that I kind of talked about in the stream. First of all, make sure you join us for New Comic Wednesdays on tomorrow at 3 p.m. with Amber. She's going to have special guest Chris Cote on there, right? Chris Cote, my man. Chris Cote, our art director, is going to be on there. Let me see. I just caught my thing. She's a man. All right, so we're going to have New Comic Wednesday with Amber. Nick, when are you going to be on New Comic Wednesday with Amber? He hasn't been asked. Why haven't you asked Nick Coconut Head to be on New Comic Wednesday with you? Is there a reason why you're leaving Nick out? He feels neglected. I feel neglected. All right, so we're going to have, again, New Comic Wednesday, 3 p.m. tomorrow. We're going to do a one-day stream in November. And again, the date is November 17th.
Yep. All
right, so November 17th, we're doing a 2-hour stream. It's going to be a Wednesday evening. It's going to be a fantastic evening with myself, with Amber, with Ralph, with Kiera, or Diane, or both, which would be absolutely fantastic. There's the banner right there. There's our November Fall Fest. Please make sure you join us for that, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to throw a huge thank you out to Jay at Planet Comics. I want to thank Planet Comics for carrying our books. Coming on the stream today too, doing a little short skit with us and so forth, kind of just giving us a little bit more information about their store. Make sure you guys are supporting your local comic shops. We already covered the fact that Chris is okay. He's just without air conditioning in New Mexico. We miss him too. And then movie night. Movie night is the last Friday of every month.
So it is, however, I think this is the banner. Yep.
Go ahead. What do you got?
We're doing Bill
and
Ted's,
Ted's?
but it's going to be that Friday after Fall Fest because of Thanksgiving.
So it'll be
the 19th.
It'll be the 19th.
Yeah.
All right. So we're doing it on the 19th. We're doing a little something different on Movie Club this time. It'll be Ralph. It'll be Sun Kumanaki, as you can see right there. Crystal Starr, Marion Gugliotti. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing her last name. Brian O'Halloran. We'll be doing movie night, and apparently we're covering Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Just make sure you bring your woe with you. Whoa. Okay. All right. I forget who I was talking to about Keanu Reeves, but they were complete and utter agreement with me on Keanu Reeves. You know, it was the young lady I was walking around with for Halloween 2 nights ago. Anyway. All right. So let's rock on again. So huge thank you to Planet Comics. Huge thank you to all you guys for joining us in the stream. I want to thank all my people behind me. All right. I want to thank Amber. I want to thank Kiera for doing a fantastic job. Ralph for doing a fantastic job, like always. Thank you guys for supporting local comic shops. And we're out. Thank you.